This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined here in Belfast today. Anthony Cacace, how are you, sir?
I'm great, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to hear that sort of you found out about the presser last night, done a nice little dash, got yourself some clothes, looking very suave, I must
Thanks,
say.
mate. Thank you. It's just straight down to JD this morning and get myself a new pair of Air Force and a couple of T-shirts. I've been running about like a fucking... haven't went shopping in a long time, so needed to go this morning. Quick.
Make ends meet and
That's
make
it,
it work.
that's
Look, let's talk about you fighting on the undercard here, Lopez versus Conlan. Firstly, Mick's opportunity to get that world title. It's in his back home this time round. Certainly a different experience to what he would have experienced in that first fight with Lee Wood. Excited to be on such a big bill?
I'm absolutely buzzing to be on this card. As I say, it's like Michael Conlan showing what he was all about with Lee Wood. He's a superstar. He's got great, his fans follow him everywhere. So it's going to be a special night, and I'm just delighted to be part of it.
You are the IBO world champion. I was just doing a little scroll through your box rec, and I feel like maybe out of 2022, do you take frustrations and happiness? Obviously, picking up the IBO world title on such a big bill, but only being able to get out once in the year. I think you were meant to fight on the Fury white card. It fell through. What do you take out of 2022?
Well, what I take out of 2022 was that I got a title that will get me another fight.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of them things. There's never been anyone lining up to fight me. It's kind of I'm always having to get myself in mandatory spots or whatever else. So I feel like I've done things the hard way. But 2022 was a great year for me. I'm glad that I got the title and I get this opportunity to be on such a big card here.
It's your first time fighting in Belfast since 2015, I think. I've had a look, and I think since then you've fought all over the place, everywhere but here. How nice is it to be back home?
No, it's great. It's great. Obviously, I have family and friends and whatever who don't travel, so it's in the SSE arena. It's right at their doorstep. So listen, it's a privilege. And it's a privilege to share a card with such great fighters, Paddy McCrory, Michael Conlan, the lads. And also just to be home and have my family and even the children come and attend and watch and have it's special.
I was going to say, even something so small as being able to get into your own bed after fight night, just little things like that.
Go home to your own bed is another thing. You usually go back to the hotels and all that, so it's comfort more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm delighted.
You'll have a proper crowd backing you for this fight. I mean, they get the Irish support their own, and this will be another one. Just how nice is it to sort of know that you're sharing that, and you'll go in there, and it probably will be a different atmosphere as to some of the undercards, perhaps.
It's great. Usually, whenever I'm away and I'm fighting the likes of Birmingham or fighting, defending the title, there's not many people there for me. It's always, Birmingham or England somewhere. So here, most people know me, and it's great. I'm just delighted about the whole thing.
It's the plan this year to be as active as you possibly can. Obviously, I spoke about last year, it was only the one fight. What a fight that was, mind you, picking up the IBO title. But I suppose at 34 now, without meaning to sort of sound rude and bring your age into the picture, do you sort of want to get on now a little bit? I mean, you've showed that you're world level.
I've been saying it for ages now. It's all I want, you know what I mean? I want an opportunity, and it's sink or swim. I'll either take it or I won't. But I've trained my whole life. I feel like I'm ready for the big fights, and I would love to be more busy. I'd love to be more active, but it's the sport that won't let me, and that's just the way it is.
Look, Michael Conlan back home against Lopez. I asked him a question up there. I said, look, you're not going to be able to take much out of the Josh Warrington fight, because Josh Warrington fight's a very, very different game to you. He's going to hope to be this time. He's got his crowd behind him. Can Mick Condom bring it home?
Oh, Jesus, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm expecting Mick to bring it home. Like, do you know what I mean?
No pressure, Mick.
No, well, I mean, it's not pressure. He knows himself. It's like he's this level. He's a superstar. He showed it against Lee Wood. I mean, for me, he controlled that fight. Handy enough, looked unbelievable doing it, and get caught in the last round. Unlucky, just the way it is, boxing.
Let's talk about your division, because I suppose, all you got to do is have a look on BoxRec, and you never take BoxRec rankings for sort of set in stone, but you look in the division and you sort of think domestically in UK and Ireland, obviously Joe Cordina fights Rakimov. I imagine, look, you'll sort of get a win here and then just, I suppose, maybe just have to play the guy that calls everyone out in the hope that, you know, you get one of those fights.
Yeah, well, I've also went down that path before as well. I've been on Twitter trying to call the likes of, you know, Zelfa Barrett, Archie Sharp. No one seems to be interested, and I don't know why. It's just the way it is, but hopefully I can get myself into that position to where they have to fight me.
Anthony, look, boxing is a difficult sport and it's a short career, and it's all people know. We saw Kell Brook retire and suffer mentally off the back of retiring. Is there sort of anything that you perhaps would have changed over the last couple of years?
I probably would have had a wee bit more sense. It was me trusting every single person to do the job for me when I should have been looking more about it myself, and made a couple of shitty decisions over the years, but I'm here now. You know, this is all part of the experience, all part of the journey, and it's just the way it is. I love it.
Well, look, we look forward to seeing you out May 27th on what is going to be a historic night here in Belfast. Just a final message, I imagine, now for you: push on and get these big fights.
That's it. I mean, line them up, whatever the big names there is, and they want to fight, you know, super feather. Here it is. Let's go.
Anthony Cacace, thank you very much for speaking to us at Boxing Social.